The room forgets to breathe a while. The bass walks slow in a measured style. The lights hang low like patient eyes. I straighten truth, remove disguise. A match goes out but leaves its heat. The snare taps vows beneath my feet. And the night, she nods without defiance. She knows a king built out of silence. I lay my bricks on quiet ground, where thunder fades and nerves unbound. No shouting crown, no borrowed praise, just steady hands through weaker days. I learn to make the chaos store, to build a roof that will not fall. When storms arrive with cheap reliance, I answer with a house of silence. I took the road that bends through rain, let patience clean the bitter stain. I spend my pride in smaller coins and fix my spine in broken joints. The mirror bowed, the rage withdrew, and in its place the iron grew. I learned to tune the world's appliance by holding time in quiet silence. Ain't no preacher teach this art. You learn it losing half your heart. You let the hunger slow it spin. You lock the door, then breathe within. You shape the flame, you choose its height. You keep it fed but out of sight. And when the noise demands compliance, you answer with your built-in silence. So pour one for the men who never boast, who save their words for when they're most. He laughs low, unmoved by violence. He wears his power built from silence. It hums like oak, it shines like stone, a sovereign calm that stands alone. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I move the night with forced out silence. The barmaid knows when storms walk in. She sees the swagger, hears the din. She sets my glass, the room takes note. A hush slides under every throat. The organ breathes a velvet chord. The kick keeps time with no reward. A single nod, a small compliance. The whole place turns on quiet signs. I keep my laws in leather bound. No gilded edges, plain and sound. Hold back your heat, conserve your fire. Let once be tested by desire. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Correct your course with open hand, and never trade your soul for pence. You're worth the price of your own silence. The man in the mirror taps the frame, says, boy, you finally learned your name. It ain't the roar that gets it done. It's staying still till battle's won. No blade to wave, no stage defense, just presence, weight, and consequence. He points and smiles, a mild alliance. Your crown is carved from patient silence. A murmur climbs from jealous chance, a petty tide that swells and crests. They bait the spark, they prime the fuse. They hope I like what they can't use. I raise my hand an inch or two. The wave forgets what it should do. The snare resumes, the bass finds guidance, obedient to measured silence. Pour one for the man who reads the signs, who slows a storm with steady lines. He hums low, declines of violence. He bends the dark with built-in silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that calm a crowded place. No throne, no law, no license, just sovereign heat and crafted silence. A single note becomes a beam, a pillar set in midnight seam. The room suspends its restless weight. The breath of doubt learns how to wait. The groove lays bricks, the reverb glows. A hallway where the wisdom goes. I press my palm to time's appliance. The walls stand up on quiet silence. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I just retired from losing games. I spend my sparks on better nights. I let my scars become my rights. I carry storms in sealed jars. I steer by truth instead of stars. And when the world wants grand defiance, I sign my name with seasoned silence. Ain't no choir singing for the still, no trumpets for a tempered will. But watch the ride fold its wings when patient hands arrange the strings. You want the key to this appliance? It's breath and spine and quiet signs. When chaos begs for your compliance, stand tall inside your built-up silence. So pour one for the sovereign few. No trouble. Your size once like a kind old friend, match so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4. Dust floats wholly through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe, still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam, wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace, a chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a debt come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. these rooms forgive you. The sick keep secrets you confess to. Soap rinses the iron out of rope. A towel folds open like a small new prayer. Says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight. Leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook. It doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. If pride returns with a sharpened cue, open a window, let mercy through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, in the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send. Fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise. Stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks off like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You all a hinge on the door you hurt. Sweep the footprints of a harsher word. A softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper. Wash a few, say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm. Curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair. Wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun. It simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue. What stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed. Water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book, a view made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, you call a friend you should have called. Say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. Two measured hands, one humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out.
Tailor's chalk like moonlight on coal. Tape around my ribs, measuring toe. Silk takes breath, buttons take bone. Mirror keeps secrets, I won't atone. Horn sighs low, piano writes ash. Bass counts debts I refuse to stash. I smile like a verdict stitched within. Step into evening in a suit made of sin. I felt like a river where whispers swim. Cufflinks clink soft like a chapel hymn. I press my past till the creases obey. Steamed out the tremor, taught doubt to stay. Every pocket holds a quiet law. Every seam knows what mercy saw. I don't wear thunder, I hem the storm. Laid to rest in a measured form. There's perfume in the hall that remembers a war. Footsteps that know what forgiveness is for. I walk through rooms that lean to hear. Watch courage slow, dance with fear. This isn't gold, it's a tailored debt. Threaded with names I won't forget. If elegance is armor, I'm armor thin. But the cut is perfect on a suit made of sin. Count to 4, keep breath inside. Hide the bruise where the pearls reside. If truth must show, let the lights go dim. I'll say it's softer in a suit made of sin. That I wear my quiet like a crown that burns. Fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Taylor once told me, stand like you swear. I learned to vow with the weight I wear. Wool takes shape like a patient lie. Shape it too long and the truth runs dry. There's a woman whose eyes unbutton the night. She knows a zipper between wrong and right. She says, does that fabric forgive your hands? I say it forgives nothing, only understands. I pocketed rage like a folded tie. Took it out seldom, let most go by. The city keeps track with a ledger of seams. Invoices printed in unlit dreams. I sign with a nod, I pay with a glance. I dance with danger in a lawful stance. You think it's glamour, but look again. It's discipline draped in a suit made of sin. Count to 4, let the snare draw near. Teach your pulse to disappear. If sorrow asks where I've been, tell it measure in a suit made of sin. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns. Fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed trace the cost of pride, marked where the boy in me went to hide. Pin the shoulders built from nights when I held back flames and turned off lights. Hem the memories to ankle length so I don't trip over borrowed strength. Press the crease into second chances so they fall sharp in slow romance. There's a prayer sewn thin beneath the chest for names I couldn't keep at rest. I carry their echoes like hidden thread. Pull too hard, it breaks instead. So I tug with care, I wear with grace. I let the stitch hold time and place. If virtue's velvet and vice is skin, I'm somewhere honest in a suit made of sin. Count to 4, let the brass confess. Breathe through linen, admit the mess. When judgment knocks, don't let it in. Make it wait outside my suit made of sin. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Bring me the boat I couldn't afford, cloth of regret that the past has stored. Bring me the thimble that saved my hands when rage tore holes in gentler plans. Mark it alone. I'll base my fury in unpicked pain. Press it flat with a midnight rain. And if the fit has blood to win, I'll bleed discreetly through a suit made of sin. No applause, no brighter gin, just breath and cloth and the man within. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Write it in brass, write it all screwed. I could alarm home in a suit made of sin. I take my spot at a rousey be all burned dark up in a suit made of sin. Tell us chalk cloud.
The room wears gold like a second skin. The bass walks slow, invites me in. A hush like velvet, heavy dense. I button my calm and sharpen sense. The light's still low, the air runs thin. My shadow trims the noise within. And the night, she grins, she loves this science. How power lives in brass and silence. Polished shoes on an oaken floor, a measured step through a mirror door. The band leans back to read my pace. I set the tone with breathing space. No need to claim, no need to plead. I let the stillness intercede. A single nod, a quiet license. I stitch the room with brass and silence. A cufflink blinks like a comet's tail. My gaze moves slow, my voice stays pale. The snare suggests the kick agrees. The organ hums like trusted keys. I pour a truth I never say. Let gravity conduct the sway where others shout their weak reliance. I write my name in brass and silence. When tempers beg for violence, I answer them with brass and silence. Let lesser storms announce their science. I raise a toast to brass and silence. So pour one for the kings who never shout, whose steady pulse dissolves the doubt. He laughs low, ignores the sirens. He rules by brass and honored silence. It hums like steel, it shines like wine, a sovereign glow without a sign. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I wear my crown in brass and silence. Yeah. She enters with a comet's grace, a test of poise across her face. I tilt the glass, I hold the frame, I let the rhythm take a name. No chase, no grin, no eager dance, just orbits set by a tempered stance. She changes speed by my compliance. That's the art of brass and silence. I learned to fold the heat I feel like a linen smooth on tempered steel. To place each word like coins on scales, to let the hush outvote the tales. When pride arrives with gaudy giants, I greet it with my brass and silence. I never buy the cheap alliance. I trade in gold and quiet science. The man in the mirror tilts his head, says you talk less and speak instead. A measured breath can move a throne. A patient glance recarves a stone. No blade to wave, no stage defiance, just empire built of brass and silence. He taps the glass, confirms the science. Hold your crown with brass and silence. Yeah. A murmur builds from jealous throats, a restless tide that swells and floats. The bass digs in, the snare grows tight. The room prepares to test my right. I raise my hand an inch at best. The noise folds back into its chest. The band resumes its calm alliance, obedient to brass and silence. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who slows the storm without a stride. He hums low, declines the violence. He bends the night with brass and silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that slow a crowded place. No roar, no shove, no malice, just sovereign brass and silence. The lights throw coins on every wall. The Hammond sighs a chapel call. A single bend suspends the room. A pause becomes a perfume plume. I trace the air with quiet signs, a line of gold and silver silence. The groove drips warm, the noise relents. All debt is paid in confidence. Simply outgrew chaos game. I bank my fire in deeper jars. I steer by scars instead of stars. When tempers beg for my compliance, I answer true with brass and silence. A small refusal, clean and fine. A crown that needs no borderline. No choir sings the measured art. No trumpet crowns the patient heart. The proof is how the riot slows, how even lightning learns repose. You want the key to true reliance. Distill your power, brass and silence. Let louder men chase cheap appliance. We mint the night with brass and silence. Oh, yeah. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose quiet tells the world what's true. He laughs low, denies the sirens. He holds the dark with brass Voices toast and a subtler go. Your dreams were alive when cans were cold. Tessie bread bun is dull in town on plough charcoal burial sand. But every empire built to last is grass from hedge and pearl's breast. So I close my eyes, just hiss the violence as I lay with brass and silence. Quiet hill with the grass laid low. Telephone wires hum what the seasons know. Boot soles find the truth of ground. Piano of crickets, no other sound. I open my palms to whatever's been and feel the old clean weight of the wind. I used to fight weather with iron lungs, argue with thunder like it owed me songs, chased every rumor with a sharpened shoe, turned every whisper to something I do. But storms get bored of the boy who shouts, teach him the value of leaving things out. Now I stand smaller and hold more sky, let clouds pass through without asking why. The trees keep counsel with a patient sway, counting to 4 till the rage goes gray. A leaf rides past with a saint's small grin and knows how to travel the weight of the wind. Breathe on forward, don't force the air. Let your ribs be a rocking chair. If pride wants volume in velvet skin, answer softly, carry the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It presses and blesses the bones I mend. I bow a little then rise again. No crown, no witness, no oath to spend. Just me and the old clean weight of the wind. I learned to repair what I used to replace, to sand down anger to a workable grace, file off edges that begged for blood, trade iron for patience and fire for wood. My name used to knock like a bailiff's fist, now it arrives like a morning mist. I keep my promises near the wrist, so when I reach they won't be missed. A widow sweeps a stoop 2 doors down, hums a hymn that wears no crown. We share a nod that could feed a town, a treaty of ordinary worn like a gown. The wind signs off with a cedar's pen, rides carry less on the skin of men. Count to 4 while the snare stays thin, let the heart say stay and the breath come in. If yesterday has to be loud again, point to the hill, say listen, wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It straightens posture, slows the end, teaches a spine how not to bend. No throne, no trumpet, no staged amen. Just me and the old clean weight of the wind. There's a coat I wore through a furious age, lined with the clatter of a louder stage. I hang it now on a quieter hook. Let fabric remember what rage once took. My hands smell faintly of oiled old keys, doors I can open without making pleas. Not every lock needs force to spin, some undo easy with the wind. I measure my strength by what I spare, by paths I leave for others to wear. If a bridge needs toll, I'll pay in peace, offer my silence by release. I'm learning to lose like a patient friend, to give the victory to the wind. Breathe on four, let the drums stay low, let the strings lean in and let them go. If fear demands a harsher end, answer with breath, answer with wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It lifts my anger from under the skin, turns sharp to round, turns lost to kin. No medals pinned, no debts to spin, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Bring me the doors I slammed for proof, I'll hinge them soft beneath this roof. Bring me the names I said too fast, I'll speak them slow till the hardness pass. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back in a steadier skin. Let guitar bend like a reading prayer, let bass say home on the lower air. If courage is quiet, it sounds like this, a breath held true, a moment kissed. Say less, stand still, count to 4, let it fill. A child chases kites near a chain link wall, string line laughing at the threat to fall. His mother holds a spool like a steady moon, teaches him drift is a kind of tune. I learn again what the young already know. You fly by giving the wind more rope, not by yanking heaven to your plan, but by walking honest as a man. A sparrow stencils a dotted hem, from wire to wire, neat and slim. It doesn't explain how the currents blend, just rides in trust on the weight of the wind. Hold that fort till the doubt grows kind, let your pulse be a gentler mind. If thunder begs to be your friend, shake its hand, then keep the wind. Count to 4 with a longer trust, let the drum be dust, the bronze be rust. If night requests one final grin, exhale slow and hand it the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It clears the room where the loud ones grin, leaves only tools a good life needs. It leans me forward, keeps me thin, enough to fit where mercy is. No crown to straighten, no swords to tend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Write it in grass, right. The doors swing slow like they know my name. The bass walks steady, the night feels tame. A hush comes down like a velvet cloak. I light the match, raise the smoke. The room leans in with a silver grin. Power speaks softer than a violin. In the dark she nods, she's seen this road. I wear my calm like a heavy coat. I move like thunder you don't quite hear. Close cuts through the glass, no fear. I traded rage for a colder flame. Let silence do the heavy game. My shoes say little, my eyes say more. I own the room without the roar. every breath is a quiet stroke, a crown you only see in smoke. The mirror lights on, the bottles gleam, the floor remembers where I've been. I caught my cold in nights like this, no wasted word, no reckless kiss. The band plays low, the snare says wait, the clock keeps time with measured fate. I take my seat, the world takes note, the crown you only see in smoke. Ain't no preacher teaching this control, it's learned by losing what you stole. You trade your thunder for a pulse, you tame the beast, you kill the fall. Let pride dissolve, let fear revoke, wear patience like a tailored cloak. And when the noise begins to choke, you rise, a crown in smoke. So pour one for the man who ruled the room, with quiet hands and eyes that bloom. He laughs low, no need to boast. He wears a crown the night can't host. It hums like silk, it cuts like oak, a power born of calm and knows. I ain't begging fate or hope, I wear my crown in smoke. On past with a sideways glance, a little test, a noble dance. I tip my glass, the message lands. I leave with silence, not my hands. No sudden moves, just measured grace. No chase required to win the race. Let others burn, let others choke. I hold my crown in smoke. I built my laws on steel and skin, on debts I paid and fights I didn't. No easy wins, no cheap applause, just bruised respect and final cause. I lose the rush, I keep the soul, I play the long, deliberate role. When tempers break and bargains croak, I breathe the crown in smoke. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, son, you finally learned it now. Power ain't loud, it's poison proof. It's how you stand beneath the roof. No grin required, no sharpened blade, just presence, other men obeyed. A nod once slow, the lesson spoke, a crown you only see in smoke. The bass grows on, the snare keeps time like a heartbeat charm. A whisper passes table to table, respect untold, a living fable. No name announced, no banner flown, just gravity that I've outgrown. The air gets thick, the doubts go broke, they see my crown in smoke. Pour one for the man who don't compete, who wins by never leaving his seat. He hums low, he holds the note, yeah, he wears a crown in smoke. Raise your glass to the steel that's kind, iron, calm and discipline. Mine no roar, no shove, no cloak, just a quiet crown in smoke. Descend to amber gold, the groove grows wide, the pulse grows bold. Each note declares without a word the simplest law I ever heard. Own your breath, unlock the yoke, let patience wrap you up in smoke. And when the room leans close to choke, exhale the crown in smoke. I press my will, I move the night by standing still. And when the doubts rise up to joke, they drown beneath my smoke. Ain't no choir singing my name, just bass and breath and tempered flame. No trumpet blast, no drums that poke, just the hush that crowns the yoke. The strong don't beg, the wise don't poke, they float their names on rings of smoke. And when the noise begins to choke, I smile my crown in smoke. Steady hands and thunder wait on silent plans. I seen rage lose to patient art. Counters cold, cup gone thin, steam left early won't come again. Neon blinks like a tired hymn, door sighs once then forgives the wind. Sun edges in with a hesitant nod. I drink with ghosts and quiet gods. I used to wake with a siren's plan, chasing a storm like a younger man. Now I count spoons in a vacant inn, silver that learned how to listen within. The clock clicks minutes off the wall, a gentle thief who knows it all. I learned to hold what doesn't bruise, to keep one truth and let others lose. The street outside ties up its hair, morning's braid on an honest stare. I stir the cup though the warmth is gone, habit that believes the dawn. Count to four with the ribs, not pride. Let breath decide what words won't ride. If thunder asks for a second shot, tell it not today, I'm better soft. Cold coffee and quiet gods, that's breakfast for the scarred and odd. No choir needed, no king's facade, just a chair that holds my flawed. I lift the cup to the day I've got, to every fire I chose not. There's a photo curled on the bulletin cork, a younger grin with a rusted fork. He thought the world was a door to force. I taught him hinges in the patient course. I used to love like a smuggled flame, too bright to hold, too quick to name. Now love is water in a steady jar, tastes like distance, drinks like star. A sparrow pecks at the window's doubt, small brave heart on a crosstown route. It looks like truth without applause, a perfect rule with kinda laws. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay, let the snare brush sweep away. If yesterday knocks with its louder frauds, serve it cold coffee and quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods. I eat my peace in smaller odds, where thunder begged, I'm counting sod seeds. I planted flaws and claws, I bless the hours, the
city trots and sip with ghosts and quiet guys. The waitress writes mercy on a receipt line, be well in ink like a slow design. She says my name like she stores the sound, a coin that comes back double round. I tip her truth, not pity's grin, for the night she's paid in noise and sin. We share a nod that could feed a town, a humble yes that sets cups down. Outside a bus exhales its dread, men board softer than what they said. I used to measure by who knelt fast, now I measure by who lets past. Count to 4, let the piano wait, one note hanging like a held out gate. If pride returns with a metal rod, bend it back with quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, sermon and steam that memory lost. No miracle here, no stacked applause, just decent breath and gentler claws. If grace is real, it minds the sods where roots drink deep with quiet gods. Bring me the letters I never sent, bring me the vows I kept in rent. Bring me the locks that learned my hand, bring me the miles that didn't demand. Let the guitar bend where courage heals, let the bass speak truths the mouth conceals. If peace is priced in smaller ways, I'll pay in pauses and honest days. Say less, mean more, hold breath, count 4. Yesterday's news wrings out the ink for softer views. He nods at me like a weathered oath, with strangers sworn to the same slow growth. 2 kids trade marbles near the door, big as planets on a cleaner floor. They share, they argue, then split the sky. Tiny treaties that learn how to try. I taste the bitter that won't turn sweet, a lesson poured where grief and meat. Cold coffee's honest, it doesn't pretend, it stays what it is till the very end. Breathe on 4, let the window glow, let morning shine where the thin lights go. If rage requests its crimson rods, I answer flat, I'm with the gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, I lay my wars in uncut sods. No crown to polish, no iron prods, just steady hands and softer odds. If legacy asks for polished nods, I'll point to steam and quiet gods. There's a church across from the grocery store, spills hymns and coupons under the door. A mother counts change with a prayer's brave math, chooses milk and keeps her path. I've bought 1,000 thundercrats, but mercy taught me better maps. Now when a line divides my mind, I draw a bridge and leave it kind. The ghosts that used to own my lungs hum a lower, humbler tongue. They're not gone, we've made a truce. They watch me choose what I refuse. Hold that 4 till the heart beats clean. Let strings silo like evergreen. If the night returns with brass applauds, I pour it down for quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet God, breakfast with the honest squads. I toast to every softer clause, to measured wins and better frauds. If feathered wares and sinking sighs, terribly young and quiet gods. 3 sadequat middags to every beach that on. boots clean, the whiskey dry. The dawn broke soft across the sky. I swore I'd bury every sin, but the devil just smiled and walked back in. His boots made sound on my quiet floor, each echo louder than before. And the night she smirked with a knowing grin. The devil walked back in. He came with charm, with velvet tone. Said you look calm, but you're alone. I laughed and said those days are gone. He poured a drink, said you're not done. His shadow danced, the glass leaned near, whispering truths I used to hear. And though I prayed, I let him in. The devil walked back in. The bottle sang that old refrain, each drop a memory, each taste the same. The fire rose like it never left, a sweet old wound I call my theft. He said peace is dull, but pain's divine. Let's bleed a bit between the lines. And I fooled with tired grin, said hell pour two, let's begin. No preacher warns of comfort snare, the kind of sin that feels like air. You think you're clean, you think you won, then one small whisper and it's done. The blues don't end, they just pretend to fade a while, then come again. And I smile back without chagrin. The devil walked back in. So pour one for the man who tried to heal, who found his calm and lost the deal. He laughed slow, caught in the spin. Yeah, the devil walked back in. It hums like love, it breathes like sin, a dance too sweet to not begin. He ain't seeking peace within, 'cause the devil walked back in. We made a deal, no words, no hands, just silence where temptation stands. He said you're tired, but not done yet. You missed the burn, you missed the sweat. I nodded once, like an old friend's game. He knew my face, he knew my name. The light dimmed slow, the air turned thin, when the devil walked back in. Streams cried out beneath my hand, like a preacher lost without command. Each chord cut deep, each band confessed, each note a scar I still possessed. He said, play me one for the sins you keep, the ones that wake you from your sleep. And I obeyed with a crooked grin, when the devil walked back in. The man in the mirror raised his glass, said you knew he'd come, he'd always last. He don't shout, he don't condemn, he just says you're still one of them. I chuckled low, said guess I am.
sinner bound by his own hand. And in the smoke beneath my skin, I felt the devil walk back in. The bar lights hum, the silence breaks, the past arrives with all its aches. The taste of guilt, still bittersweet, a rhythm my heart won't delete. He said, boy, the blues ain't gone, it's you. It just sleeps until you call it through. I smile soft and raise my chin to the devil walking in. Pour one for the man who can't resist, who finds his heaven in the twist. He hums low, gives in again. Yeah, the devil walked back in. Raise your glass to the worn and wild, to every lost, corrupted child. No redemption, no amen. The devil walked back in. The night hums deep, the fire grows thin. Old temptation feels like kin. Each snow drips warm with old desire. The blues feed slow on that fire. The smoke curls tight, it feels like skin. I close my eyes and breathe him in. He grins through flame and violent. The devil walked back in. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I know what I can endure. Peace is quiet, but silence burns, and every sinner still returns. He shakes my hand, says you'll be fine. This time you'll own what's truly mine, and I
Streetlight spills like a silver confession across the pavement where the wind keeps score. I measure my calm in the length of my shadow and count out the promises I can't ignore. Window blinks, the city turns its shoulder. I keep my collar up against the cold. Silence is heavy, but it doesn't break me. It chisels my will into iron and gold. There's a rusted gate that sings when I pass it, like a memory learning how to breathe. I could chase ghosts till the morning forgives me, but I've learned what stays and what needs to leave. There's a map in the cracks of the sidewalk, a secret compass under my feet. Every turn writes a vow in the gravel. Walk with patience, never retreat. Oh. Neon rain, it drips from the awning, spilling stories I rarely tell. I keep my words like coins in a pocket, spend only where silence won't do as well. Old mistakes sit quiet on benches, tipping hats as I wander by. They're not friends, but they know my posture. Back straight, jaw easy, eyes on the sky. I used to run where the rumors were louder, hunting thunder just to test my name. Now I sip slow from the cup of the evening, let the bitterness teach me a different flame. The alley breeze, a harmonica distant, the tone of a promise I'm learning to keep. I'm not lost, I'm exacting my choosing. Where I sow is where I'll reap. And the night asks softly, who do you carry? I answer, only the man I'm meant to be. If the road is narrow, let it be narrow. My stride is steady, my hands walk free. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planted seed becoming what I need. Key in the curve of the moonlight, it turns in the lock of my ribs. Patience hums like a low burn fire, feeding muscle to my fibs. I used to swear by the crowded tables, cards and smoke and restless deals. Now I trade in hours and focus, stacking bricks, no room of steals. The river speaks under iron bridges, cold and clear with measured grace. It tells me, hold your center, traveler, win the inside, you'll win the race. A passing train writes sparks on the darkness, Morse code for a stubborn heart. I read it true, keep walking softly. Every master was once apart. And the dawn sits waiting behind the warehouses, a thin pale blade that will cut me clean. If I bleed today, let it be old doubt. Let courage fill the space between. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planted seed becoming what I need. Whispers on brick, the city remembers all the versions of me that try to impress. One by one I fold them and file them, thank them kindly, then lay them to rest. Slide to toss eyes like a door near closing, but I'm the hinge that refuses to rust. I am the keeper of small, short choices. Stone by stone I build my trust. If thunder comes, I won't chase it. Let the storm announce itself. I've got weather in my marrow and a compass on the shelf. Reach is nothing without ground, and grace means power with a leash. I set the table for my hunger, serve it discipline for each. I walk alone but not lonely. I've got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planted seed becoming what I need. I walk alone but not lonely. Not empty, full of quiet speed. Streetlight fades, the vinyl crackle widens. I count my steps, then let them go. Where I'm headed doesn't need a witness, only a promise kept low and slow. Fade on the river of breath, fade on the ink of the road. I walk alone, but not lonely, becoming the man I already know. Velvet on the bow, lipstick on the rim. Glass makes a halo where the low lights dim. Laughter in the doorway fades like a bribe. A hush signs papers that a shout can't write. I don't hurry destiny, I make it right. Slow as a serpent that knows it's alive. Snap of a match, river of smoke. Every oath in the room remembers how I spoke. If temptation is a weapon, I call it mine. Honey on the edge with an iron spine. He stepped like a vertigo at her throat. A comma in the sentence only kings can quote. I said danger, mouth said prove. Hip like a metronome telling the groove. She drew her heart in the fog of my glass and smudged it clean with the back of her laugh. Baby, she said, what buys you calm? Time, I said, in the feel of my palm. I count by silences, tax them like rain, stack them like bills in a patient man's brain. The piano confessed in D minor size, while the horn bargained daylight from night's disguise. She touched the cufflinks, silver and cold, found a reflection in the story I told. Don't reach for my pulse if you don't know the deal. I'm soft to the touch, but the softness is steel. Her smile drew blood without leaving a mark. I signed with a nod and she lit the dark. If desire is a ledger, then here's the figure. Every sweet nothing is a velvet trigger. Breathe slow, let the room lean in. Sugar on a tongue, gun under the grin. Call it love, call it ransom, call it art. Every gentle touch is a blade with a heart. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling figure, one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Back room quiet hums through the vents. Brass like incense, sins like sense. The dealer blinked twice, the waiter looked away. Somewhere a rumor forgot what to say. She traced the map of the scars I don't show. Named every street by the secrets I know. Where does it hurt? She asked with a grin. In the places I win, I said and win again. Her perfume wrote scripture on a leather banquet. A gospel of wagers I don't regret. I've learned to forgive what I never allowed. I've learned to be quiet when quiet is loud. She put her hand where a holster might be. Found only patience and keys to the sea. Is it love or a lesson? She breathed near my ear. It's whatever survives after smoke and fear. The band bent notes till the ceiling curved, and time like a valet waited and served. If mercy is a currency, I'm a careful giver. I tip the night with my velvet trigger. I learned restraint from a loaded dawn. From a door I could open but chose to yawn. From a rival who guessed and a friend who knew that patience is cheaper than cleaning the room. The city keeps secrets in the teeth of the rain and writes their initials on subway stains. She asked for a truth I never recite, so I gave her a silence tune just right. promise me something you can't rescind. Alright, I said I won't pretend. If a crown must weigh, I'll let it weigh. If a love must cost, I'll gladly pay. Her laugh walked barefoot across my nerves, balanced a blade on the curve that curves. Steady now, let the strings draw near, make the bass confess what the brave won't hear. Paint the silence black, edge it in silver, kiss like a verdict from a velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pull and fade with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway, a kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Breathe through the fuse, don't rush the fire, let restraint be the choir's choir. When the night leans in like a careful giver, sign with a kiss from the velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pull and fade with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway, a kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make man shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Velvet trigger, velvet trigger, velvet trigger, velvet trigger.
Lights stand out till there's barely a thread. The door takes a bow like it's paying its debt. I leave 2 bills and a promise to deliver. The left hash clown low, the light squad river. And a faded baby SR bus waist grando. You level to home. Use this task. A velvet trigger. Trigger, oh, velvet trigger. The glass stays still while the room leans in. Your shadow breathes where you begin. The bass walks slow, the air turns wide. I hear the storm and the fire you hide. A match unstruck, a coil of heat. The snare taps vows beneath your feet. In the night she waits, eyes open wide, to watch you guard the fire you hide. You wear your calm like a tale of truth, a seasoned grace that outgrows you. No sharpened word, no reckless swing, just silence set like a steady ring. Your hands don't twitch, your eyes don't bleed. You let the room learn what you mean. The crowd grows careful side to side. They feel the heat in the fire you hide. A cufflink shines like a practice star, a tiny signal for who you are. The organ whispers a velvet thread, a warning soft as a prayer unsaid. No feeble breath betrays your flame, no lifted chin to shout your name. But I can hear the thunder rise a horse made quiet by the fire you had. Ain't no preacher blessing this control. You learn to lose on what you stole. You bank the blazing iron jaws. You steer by silence, not by stars. You count to 10, let pride subside. Let ash turn coal and coal abide. And when the world demands your side, you show them all the fire you had. So pour one for the men who never shout, whose steady post dissolves the doubt. He laughs low, won't break the tide. He moves the night with fire he hides. It hums like steel, it warms like wine, a sovereign heat with no headline. I ain't begging fate to guide, I lead with all the fire. She finds your gaze and tests the frame, a curious spark that wants a name. You tilt your glass, refuse the chase. You let her learn the shape of grace. The bass grows thick, the chatter fades. A hush collects like midnight braids. She leans toward the darker side, drawn by the gravity you hide. You learn to fold your anger neat, to iron heat with measured beat, to close the fist without the blow, to make the storm decide to slow, to turn the fuse into a thread, to bank the flame without it dead, to let the hunger be your guide. A kept clean, righteous fire you had. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, boy, I see you've learned it now. It ain't the roar that rules the room, it's how you breathe, how long you bloom. No blade to wave, no brittle pride, just heat with nowhere else to ride. He taps the glass and seems to glide. You're crowned by all the fire you hide. A murmur builds from jealous throats, a little stone that swells and floats. They test your edge, they court your name, they bait your pulse to brighter flame. You raise one hand, an inch at best, the riot crawls back in his chest. The snare resumes its faithful stride, obedient to the fire you hide. Pour one for the man who holds his ground, who slows a storm without a sound. He hums low, lets truth decide. He bends the night with fire he hides. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that hush a crowded place. No roar, no blade, no careless pride, just sovereign kept clean fire he hides. A single note becomes a road, a hush becomes the strongest code. The hammer breathes a chapel tone, the floorboards vow you're not alone. A regal thread beneath the tide, a furnace built but kept inside. The room leans in, the sparks divide. They learn to trust the fire you hide. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I simply outgrew aimless flame. I spend my sparks where they belong. I buy my peace with measured strong. I keep my fury polished heel, a blade that never leaves the shield. And when the loud ones want a guide, I show the path by fire. Ain't no choir singing this restraint, no trumpet for the patient saint. The proof is how the lightning awaits, how even thunder hesitates. You want the key, reduce the stride. Let one grow wise and heat reside. And when the world pulls either side, stand still inside the fire you hide. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose quiet tells the world what's true. He laughs low, lets time decide. He moves the dark with fire he hides. No thorn, no flare, no reckless ride, just breath and oath and temper pride. And when I fade, remember tide, my crown was in the fire. As she had to but scrolls their name, the trends go by verloren of vlees. Uit mes prijs verlicht de sloop. Uw praat zo with this oath. Waar ik is kent en over.
Organ hums low like a hallway prayer. Brass holds its breath in the chandelier. Snare taps one, an oath on the skin. Upright bass counts everywhere I've been. Men line up like shadows in a pew, hats in their hands like something they knew. Tonight we tie in a different church, where loyalty pays in the faithful purse. They say allegiance is a velvet chain, looks like gold, tight like rain. You wear it proud till it bites your throat. You kiss the ring while you sign the note. The room knows names that the city won't speak, where strong men kneel to keep the weak. A look from me says clock's too slow. A lift of my glass says yes or no. I didn't climb shouting on a borrowed stair. I moved like smoke and made men care. I kept my rage folded out thin, saved it for days when the odds won't spin. But every covenant carries a fee, the part of you you can't set free. I ask for loyalty, nothing less, and pay it back in carefulness. Count to 4, keep the blade unseen. Let the hush stay sharp and clean. If a promise has weight, let the bones agree. Every yes costs part of me. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghost in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. Soldier steps forward, jaw tight, tight. Eyes like a bridge between wrong and right. Says, boss, I stood where you told me stand. Held my breath, did not raise hands. But my brother fell when I spared a fool. Mercy was warm, the world was cruel. I answered slow, you did what's mine. Obedience first, revenge in line. Your grief is a ledger I signed tonight. You'll have your due when the time turns right. He nods like a bell that refuses to ring. We both swallow iron and call it a thing. I've learned that guidance is a narrow street, where every mile rubs faith on your feet. You carry the men or you let them drown. Either way, the weight is a crown. Count to 4 while the organ moans. Let the snare write truth on bones. If duty aches like a winter bloom, hold one breath for the silent room. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when when the night turns blue. I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. There's a scripture etched on the back room door: take orders clean or don't take more. A choir of jackets hangs and waits, elbows polished by a patient face. She slips from the shadow with chapel light, smells like the truth in a perfect disguise. Says, tell me, king, what your crown can't hide. I say, the cost of the faith on my side. Every knot I give is a cut I keep. I send men walking and I lose my sleep. I trade my tenderness coin by coin, make a rosary out of what I join. She touches my cuff like a chalice rim. Here's the hymn I won't let brim. Is power or mercy, she has the throne. It is if the guilty walk home alone. Horn sighs low like a priest grown tired, snare brushes ash from a night rewired. Count to 4, let the verdict land, steel in the throat, silk in the hand. If love and duty must collide, let duty walk and love abide. This is the price of obedience, gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. Bring me the vow that outlives fear, bring me the hour I can't engineer. Bring me the name I couldn't save, I'll carve it soft on the night I gave. Bring me the rage I locked in oak, I'll let it breeze but not to smoke. If justice walks with measured shoes, let fate remove the nails it used. And if my law must break my heart, spare the men, I'll pay the part. Kneel to the tempo, rise to the tune, sins are heavier before the noon. Obey the line, but mind the cost, the faithful man is never lost. This is the price of obedience, gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. Let's crawl foreverly, man, stay true. Let's shout on the bay till the dawn blaze do. Wedded and braids, wedded and bold, like quitter les just name and bold. Logan bends down to running way, words like just know the crimson blow. Snitches twin. Low light, low words, long shadow on the wall. Whiskey swims slow in the glass, like a moon that won't fall. Door creaks once, and silence takes a room. Power walks in quiet shoes and rearranges doom. I nod at the band, let the snare breathe deep, let the bass count money while the city falls asleep. I don't beg and not for favor, I already own the town. You can hear it in the hush, the smoke holds the crown.
Silk tie, gunmetal cufflinks, hair shone to sleep. Cards on the table and a trick of the week. Deal stitched in whispers sewn under the den. Every promise like a razor tucked under the skin. They talk fast, I talk less. Silence does the work while the others confess. Neon bleeds red through the blind stem veins. Outside rain writes my many surnames. I keep the ledger like a rosary of sins. Click of the zipper where forgiveness begins. Slow guitar bends like a threat you don't see. And the room leans forward to breathe with me. I don't gamble what I can take by grace. A smile is a lockpick on an iron face. They bargain with fear, I bargain with time. The clock is a witness that belongs to my mind. I call my initials in the hours last born. When the saxophone weeps, I'm already home. Cold hands, warm heart, all this come due. Every oath is a blade, watch how it moves. If you can't hold steady when the city goes dark, you'll never learn to light a fire with a spark. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. I've seen men drown with a corn in their mouth, swallowed by the river they wanted to drown. Heard prayers get pawned for a bottle and a lie. Watched angels fold wings when the price got high. But me, I learned patience from a trigger that never had to pull. A lesson in restraint from a cup never full. The devil rents rooms on the 7th floor. I sell them quiet and I lock the door. There's a woman with eyes like a witness stand. She reads my past like a smudge on her hand. Says, baby, what breaks you makes the band. I kiss her pulse and I let time land. Street lights blink like a Morse code plea, but mercy's a ledger with limited seat. I don't forgive quick, I forgive once. Write it in ink where the paper won't flinch. If loyalty's a chain, I'm the link they trust. If betrayal's a wind, I'm the weight in the dust. Cold hands, warm heart, keep you breathing slow. Make the room come closer while you barely move. If you can't make silence do what you choose, you'll never teach thunder how to sing the blues on. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. In a pocket, ghosts in a hall, names etched faint on the ledger scrawl. I own what I carry and I carry very light. Just a blade made of patience and a map of the night. Man with loud hands, crave a riot's cheer. I buy the silence and I sell them fear. My enemies write letters with invisible ink. By morning they discover what I made them think. I never run, roads run to me. I never beg doors, beg to be free. The piano tells the truth in a minor prayer, while the trumpet signs a treaty with the air. I'm not looking for heaven in a sinner's town. I'm building cathedrals where the lights go down. I tie it to the moment, not to the crowd. And the angels, if they listen, keep their heads bowed. Cold hands, warm heart, count to 4. Let the bass be a judge and the snare be the law. If the night is a jury and the dawn is a door, you leave with the verdict that you came here for. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. Shut, city exhales slow. Rain rubs a neon till the letters glow. I leave a tip for the night on a silver tray. Spend it on silence, I hear myself say. Band fades out, last note settles down. So out on my knees I kiss you's the crown. Morning irons go on the banister rail. Dust floats easy like a letter without mail. Kettle lifts steam like a simple renown. No trumpets needed, gentle is the crown. I wore a weight that bent my spine, called it glory, called it mine. Spoke like a storm in every room, turned small good days into costume. But silk grows thin and thunder tires. Truth finds water, not the fires. Now power lives where hands calm down, in doors that open without sound. Count to 4 with ribs, not pride. Let breath be the longer guide. If memory asks for a louder town, point at mercy, gentle is the crown. Gentle is the crown.
Light as a shared hand,
Not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. The neighbor waves with a busted gate, says I started wrong and finished late. We measure twice and cut once more, leave room for rain the wood can store. We sign the job with a nod and tea, to common men and dignity. No speeches framed, no cameras round, just hinges singing gentle crown. Breathe on for let piano wait, let strings say home in a lower fate. If pride rehearses a brighter noun, teach it the sentence gentle crown. Gentle is the crown,
Light as a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. I kept a suit that demanded rooms, pressed my shadow into their blooms. A tailor's chalk road, win or fall, but velvet can't forgive a wall. I hung that coat beside my rage, watched both grow small with honest stage. Now linen air and denim brown fit better on a gentle crown. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure, let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a second round, smile once kindly, sit it down. Gentle is a crown,
Life has a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crowned, is gentle on the ground. I walk the block like a steward does, checking the hinges nobody was. A widow's porch needs one more brace. Her thank you lives in a softened face. A boy debates with a stubborn chain. I show the trick that spares the strain. He learns that force can make you drown. Patience floats a gentle crown. I used to fix with an iron shout, now I repair by hearing out. The city breathes when voices round. The cord resolves, the crown is found. Bring me the locks I force for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sound, feed it bread, set chairs around. A table set for ordinary towns. There lies the weight of gentler crowns. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. On my desk a door of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I send a few and spare the rest. Some truths grow truer when confessed. To wooden rooms and dishes clean, to evenings low and faithful screen. The mirror edits what pain wrote down, leaves who I am, removes the frown. I wear my peace like a working gown. It keeps me warm and crowns me down. Oh, that 4-letter M, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. If glory taps for another round, pour it tea, let quiet crown. Gentle is the crown, not gold that drags you down, no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crowned, is gentle on the ground. Jagged braids copper through the trees, street lamps practice simple ease. I sweep the porch of its golden curls, shavings bright like little worlds. A letter waits with a grateful tone. About the table, steady home. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square. Slide it where the tools declare. What I repair repairs me now. I bow to work the way men bow to love that keeps without renown. The truest law, a gentle crown. Mirrors lean close here, floorboards bowed with grace. How kingdoms mow by different space. Lean close, it's beer story, that's its fun. Sonnet sing for everyone. Not for a deed, it doesn't break. The floorboards hum like a hidden vein, a silver pulse beneath a grain. The lights lean low, the room holds still. I count my breath, I tune my will. A watch clicks time against my skin. The night inhales and lets me in. And the dark, she smiles, she knows its walls. crown that beats and silver poles. I walk like thunder wrapped in cloth, a quiet oath, a tempered froth. My shadow folds along the wall. I don't need height to stand up tall. The baseline nods, the glasses stay. I pay in patience, not in sway. The room pivots on my pulse, silver steady, never false. Cufflinks glint like midnight vows. I keep my calm, the world allows. A leather chair, a whisper seat. The groove obeys my measured feet. No fever pitch, no frantic boast, just heat that moves from coast to coast. I speak in breath, the crowd consults, writing law in silver pulse. Ain't no preacher teaching this restraint. You earn this nerve by what you ain't. Don't chase the noise, don't beg the thrill. Let power rise in quiet skill. It climbs the spine, it finds the walls. It turns your doubts to dwindled salts. And when the world demands results, you answer with a silver pulse. So pour one for the kings who never shout, who let their rhythm take the doubt. He laughs low, keeps perfect waltz. He wears his crown in silver pulse. It hums like steel, it sways like silk, a slow burn storm in satin milk. I ain't asking fate for both, I move the night by a silver pulse. The band lays back to let me breathe. The snare's a whisper under sleeve. The organ sighs a smoky thread. The lights draw halos round my head. No empire built by louder hands outlasts a man who understands. A leader bends the air he holds with timing sharp as minted gold. I learned to take the longer path, to split the storm in halves of math. I spilled my rage, then kept the coal. I feed it slow, it feeds my soul. A smile so slight it barely moves, a nod that tells the city's grooves. Relax your fists, release the jolts, let strength arrive in silver pulse. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, you found the calm within. It ain't the roar that rules the room, it's when your silence shapes its tune. No blade required, no bargain rage. You turn the page, then set the stage. He taps my wrist, I hear the waltz. The watch keeps time in silver pulse. She entered slow, a comet's curve, with eyes that test a man's reserve. I tilt my glass, I do not chase. Control is how the strong embrace. The bass grows warm, the chatter fades. The air commits to cleaner grades. She reads the stillness that exalts a quiet crown and silver pulse. Pour one for the man who doesn't rush, whose greatest weapon is his hush. He hums low, keeps steady waltz. He crowns the night with silver pulse. Raise a glass to the iron calmed eyes that soothe instead of harm. No storm to spark, no blame to dose, just sovereign heat in silver pulse. Becomes a road, a hush becomes the richest code. The Hammond's breath like velvet smoke, the snare's a metronomic spoke. I lay a palm upon the oak, the lacquer mirrors what I spoke. The room leans in, the fire molts. We sail by a star of silver pole. I just outgrew the frantic game. I pace my heat, conserve the burn, let lesser tempers twist and churn. When greed arrives, to take its cut. I pour it out and close the shut. A simple nod, a door that bolts. I'll move the world by silver pulse. Ain't no choir singing for my name, no trumpet flare to gild the frame. The proof is how the chaos slows, how even thunder learns repose. A leader's gift is when he halts the room with nothing but his waltz. You want the key, reduce the jolts, and listen for the silver pulse. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose cadence tells the night what's true. He laughs low, lets moments waltz. He wears his crown in silver pulse. No throne required, no gilded vaults, just breathing time without defaults. And when I fade, recall the waltz, a crown that beat in silver pulse. I've seen plows reel to something fair, then break like glass and pull to air. I've seen stoves tie up to the press, and riots fall to temple stairs. The night forgives the ones who low, the days the fire blowing so. Sure, I turn the brace, release the jaw till leave my name in silver pulse.
The minor dawn inside a quiet frame. Steam writes cursive on the window pane. Chair takes breath, floor keeps time. Kettle hums a single line. I touch the knob, the brass the same. Even if I go, the room still knows my name. I left my thunder on the porch swing rail, hung up proof like a retired tale. Kept only tools that mend and stay, an oiled hinge, a light of day. There's sawdust in the afternoon, a stray blue nail like a small old moon. Every corner keeps a gentler aim to hold a man and not his fame. I've spoken softer than I came, and when I leave, the room will say my name. Count to 4 with the ribs not pried. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks like a neon claim, smile once and let the room say your name. The room still knows my name in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain.
No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. The sink remembers how I prayed, not with words but cups I made. Porcelain, patience, soap and dawn, rinsing the iron from what I'd worn. The table bears a kinder scar, where bread was split in peace, sat down, a letter folded near the jar. Your hinge holds well, we keep it sound. The clock leans back, decides to stay. Time walks barefoot through the day. I stand more still, and when I came in here, the room, it peered my name. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a final game, pour tea, let the room say your name. The room still knows my name, in wood and light and grain. It keeps my way without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. A coat on the hook with a quiet wrist, lined with apologies I almost missed. I pull it close, it warms the bone, a map to places I've outgrown. I listen for the houses I've repaired, porches breathe and hinges spared, chairs that learn to softer ground, doors that open, voices round. The neighborhood hums a gentle claim, we recognize each other's names. But if I drift beyond this street, the floorboards keep my measured feet. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for brighter blame, turn down the lamp, let the room speak your name. The room still knows my name, in wood and light and grain. It keeps my weight without a stain. It sings me home through ordinary rain. No trumpet needs to frame the lesson or the flame. I could be gone, but here remains a room that knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll say them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants one last acclaim, point at the chair that knows my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow's thank you on the sill, 3 words steady as a hill. Fence still stands, that's all she wrote, enough to keep a man afloat. 2 kids outside rehearse their breaks, argue stars and second takes. Their mother laughs, the street agrees, light rides patient on the trees. I learned to vanish from the stage, to leave a quieter use useful page. So when I go beyond this frame, the broom remembers how I came. Hold that four-letter M, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins. A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm. Cufflinks flash like lightning dead, but thunder hides in how I stare. I lift a glass, the room complies. 1,000 doubts grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private psalm. A kingdom built on a weight of calm. Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak, it sways like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with the weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel, a single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room. No tempest here, no cheap alarm, just a quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to say much less and still content. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. A wind by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms the charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The pace grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. Raise your glass to iron grace, to silent heat and steady pace. No shout, no bluff, no bomb, just sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth. The tempo breathes a sacred oath. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in, the doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat under weight of calm.
The smoke curls, soft like thoughts unsent, around the things I never meant. The whiskey sways where silence grew, between a heart and what I knew. The night hums low, my conscience sways, counting words I let decay. In the dark she sighed, she knows instead of all the words I never said. I watched her leave with her suitcase small. No tear, no fight, no final call. Her eyes said more than I ever could, and I just froze, I never should. Her hand brushed mine, her smile was kind, but the truth stayed locked inside my mind. Now every dream repeats that thread, those words I never said. The walls still hum her favorite tune. It plays slow under the bleeding moon. Her shoes still rest by the broken chair, like she might come back, still live there. I speak to ghosts who never reply, the silence louder than goodbye. The echoes speak what I misread, the words I never said. Ain't no preacher who'll forgive this kind. The sin of silence, a cage mind. You can cry loud, you can pray low, but truth don't bloom and when you don't show. The heart will ache, the tongue will stall, and pride will build your final wall. By the time you look, the love is dead, killed by words you never said. So pour one for the man who spoke too late, who watched his heaven dissipate. He laughed soft but inside's laid, with all the words he never said. They hum through night, they burn in bed, they haunt the air inside his head. He ain't seeking peace, just thread through the words he never said. I write a name in cigarette smoke, each line a wish, each breath a choke. I play a song on a rusty string, the sound of loss in everything. The radio hums the way she'd hum, soft and low before she'd come. Now even silence feels like lead, with the words I never said. I saw her once by the station light, her hair still gold, her eyes still bright. She didn't speak, but her look was plain. Some love don't die, it just remains. I opened my mouth, but time stood still. The courage froze, the heart stood still. I let her go, my soul misled by the words I never said. He just stares back, proud and small. He says, boy, your tongue's your sin. You build a cage and live within. I nod slow, I know he's right. Silence owns me every night, and the blues play soft where angels fled from the words I never said. Some nights I swear I hear her hum the same tune where our love begun. She whispers slow, you waited too long. Now I'm the lyric, but you're the song. Her voice don't fade, it bends like time, turns guilt to verse, regret to rhyme. The stars burn low in my stead for the words I never said. Pour one for the man who can't move on,
who speaks through tears till the dawn. He hums a name in shades of red, yeah, the words he never said. Raise their glass to the silent kind who left their truth too far behind. No grace, no flame, just dread, and the words he never said. So pour one for the hearts undone, that lose their truth and call it done. For every soul that walked instead of saying what they should have said. No crown, no flame, no thread, just silence keeping the dead fed. When I fade, remember red, the words I never said. I seen love die with lips still sealed, a war of hearts where none were healed. Seen love die and the crying still. Street holds his breath like a locked safe door. Rain scrubs footprints off the floor. Neon forget the names it spelled. Windows keep the secrets they were told too well. Boots slam soft, heartbeat slow. I pass through the night like I already know. If justice came, it came without poise. No witness, no echo, no noise. I learned to move like a rumor behaves. There for a second, then nothing but waves. A hand on a knob, not a fist on a gate. I buy my time and I sell men fate. Knuckles stay clean in a city of chalk. I ride in step, not in talk. Shadows salute when the orders need. Law arrange on a silent street. There's a size to mercy, a price to prove, a way to fix leaks in a weathered roof. You plant like rain, you hit like dust, leave nothing but the scent of trust. No one sees the math I use, just exits opening where I choose. If thunder has to be employed, I send it home. No witness, no noise. Count to 4 with a borrowed breath. Fold your rage, let it rest. If truth must walk, the truth avoid the crowded steps of a noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowned, just noise. I sign with a nod, a race with a choice, the city learns. No witness, no noise. The door swings once, the hinge says less. A coat collects the dust it bless. Two men argue on a sheet of glass. By morning the argument doesn't pass. Not death, not fire, just the end of a thread. And not undone where fear once bled. I don't chase blood, I chase the source. Turn rivers by an inch This isn't vengeance, it's maintenance paid. The difference between a cut and a blade. A saint would pray, a coward flees. I count to 4 and set men free from the debt they earn, the lies they deploy. I cancel the volume, no witness, no noise. Breathe in, let the floorboards hold. Let brass keep quiet, the snare grow old. If guilt is heavy, I'll make it a poise, balanced by absence of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns, knows. No witness, no noise. She meets me under a sleeping sign, eyes like a ledger crossing a line. Tell me, she whispers what silence buys. Tomorrow I answer without alibis. She touches my sleeve like a lie I kept, finds only patience, finally wept. I show her a map with streets turned thin, paths I've cleared for boys to begin. She says, does mercy leave a stain? I say, not if you teach it rain. I don't stack bodies, I empty the room. I lay down outcomes that don't need a tune. When danger begs for a louder voice, I close the ledger. No witness, no noise. Hold the breath, let the hour decide. Stand where the lesser kings divide. If power's real, it never employs the brittle crutch of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns. No witness, no noise. Bring me the locks that break without sound. Bring me the debt that never was found. Bring me the blade that cuts like air, leaves no tear and leaves no tear. Bring me the rumor with missing feet. Watch it fail to cross this street. If justice must sing, let it hum instead. A single note in a careful head. I turn the key where the night employs a simple rule. No witness, no no. Walk, don't swear. Fix, don't flare. Count to 4. Close the door. Arrivals grand, left fingerprints thin. Morning steps over the old back fence. A soft gold mercy without pretense. Dust turns holy in a patient ray. And for the first time in a long, long time, the light decides to stay. I used to hold my breath for storms, build my walls in thunder forms, kept a code for every doubt, wore it in and never out. I learned to oil my noisy doors, sweep the anger off the floors, name the tools that mend a day, and leave the rest to walk away. Now coffee warms a gentler bone, silence feels like something grown. The window writes a softer way, the light knows me and it stays. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clean guide. If yesterday knocks with a louder say, smile one step back, let daylight pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. I walk the block with a listener's gate, arriving early, leaving late. A neighbor's hinge confesses rust. We share a rag and trade in trust. 2 kids chalk rings around the sun, argue colors, call it done. Their mother laughs a working hymn. I hold the bag and breathe with them. I used to crown myself with flame, burn the evening just to name a victory no dawn could wait. Now light keeps score by staying. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a louder play, point it to bread and let it stray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. There's a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and winter vines. I send a few with kinda ink, I keep a few so time can think. The mirror does a gentler job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. I button patience, stitch it neat, and wear it where my pulse can meet. The man I was is not a ghost. He sets the table, pours the toast. We eat our peace in common clay, the living proof the light can stay. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory begs for a harsher day, I turn the lamp and let it pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, learn how to stay. Bring me the locks I force for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too sharp, I'll speak them soft, teach night to heart. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sign, give it supper, salt and thyme. If power asks what is for today, to keep the light and let it stay. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A letter arrives with a thank you hand. About that gate you came to mend. I fold the note the quiet way, a small receipt for a brighter day. The mailbox hums a copper cord, the porch boards nod like they're restored. I sweep the dust, I spare the bees, I leave the clover for their ease. The sky puts silver on the lane, and even shadows lose their strain. They're only proof of what life says. I'm here, I'm warm, I'll stay. Hold that 4, let the snare lie low, let the organ breathe and the strings say go. If glory turns with a borrowed play, offer a chair, then fade to day. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. I sit with dusk like an old good friend, naming the ways we didn't bend, the doors we oiled, the words we saved, the hours we gave to the unenslaved. I phone the man I used to fear. We trade our names and drop a year. No ledger speaks, no tally calls, just space enough for mercy's walls. And when I hang the gentler line, I feel the color turn from wine to wheat to bread to daily grace. The light keeps finding my face.
The rain don't lie, it tells the truth of trust misplaced and wasted youth. The night don't talk, she just observes how love can twist what it deserves. The air feels thick with sweet denial, the kind that hides a knife behind the smile. In the dark, she nods, she's seen this trial. She spoke like wine, I drank too fast, believed each word would surely last. Her eyes a mirror too kind to read, her lips a prayer I didn't heed. Every promise came wrapped in silk, soft as mercy, sharp as guilt. And though she swore to stay a while, there was a knife behind her smile. The truth don't scream, it just appears between two lies and quiet tears. I found a scent on a stranger's skin, felt my heartbeat cave within. The bed felt cold, though the night was warm. The storm outside became her phone. The silence left, I lost my style. To the night, to her smile. No preacher preaches this kind of sin, when love cuts deep and bleeds within. You can't confess what's half your blame, you just drink down the taste of shame. The mirror shows what I can't deny, a man too proud to even cry. And though forgiveness walks a mile,
Watch love turn smoke before I blink. Each word curled soft and turned to ash, like time erasing every flash. Her name still hums when I close my eyes, a ghost that no goodbye denies. And though I've walked 1,000 miles, I still feel the knife behind her smile. I caught my face in the window stare, a broken man pretending care. I lied to friends, said I moved on, but pain plays slow, it ain't gone. The blues don't heal, it just refines, turns wounds to rhythm, tears to lines. And though I play it cool a while, it bleeds, that knife behind her smile. The man in the mirror speaks too plain, says, boy, you fed the fire with blame. He don't sneer, he don't accuse, he just counts the debts I choose. He says, she ain't cruel, she's just the truth. You loved her edge, not her proof. And in that hush of self-denial, he points to the knife behind the smile. I saw her once by the riverside. She turned away, but didn't hide. Her silence said more than I could bear. Her calm was colder than the air. She smiled soft, then looked away. I swear that grin still cuts today. No mercy left to reconcile, just that knife behind the smile. That love and pain share the same fate. He hums low, he bleeds in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. Raise your glass to the ones who trust, to every heart that turns to dust. No glory left, no trial, just the The night hums low, the truth breathes deep. Every promise I made won't sleep. I strum the wound, I taste the rain, playing her name through every pain. Each note I bend bleeds pure and vile. It sings that knife behind her smile. And when the smoke fills all the aisle, I still feel the knife behind her smile. The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night she knew mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her coat. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to like. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. You know I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her scent still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my fate. Mercy came too late. No preacher saves a stubborn heart when it's too proud to restart. You can beg the sky, you can fight the flame, but forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits, stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear, when the light was gone, not when it was near. He laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just fate, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone, but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror don't pray no more. He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance, the time you turned love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds that guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for To every heart that knows the cost, no pardon left to reinstate. Mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings. Each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate. And in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate. Still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I look, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came to.
Daylight sits quiet on a workbench scar. Dust makes halos where the tools now are. Piano breath, a low D chord. My hands remember what they're for. No crowd, no clout that needs a jury. Just honest work with hands without hurry. I hammered my youth to a louder law. Built fast kingdoms out of raw. The nails look brave till the boards pull thin. Speed was a show I kept within. Now I square the wood till corners rest. Let patience choose which cut is best. I sand the edge till the splinters learn that time is a teacher that doesn't burn. I oil the hinge and watch it sing, a quiet arc that spares the spring. The door behaves like a truer story. That's what you get with hands without hurry. Count to 4 on the ribs, not eyes. Let breath be the rule that squares your lies. If pride says faster, smile and defer. What's meant to last prefers the slower. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, oh, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. Oh, the street outside wears a softer shoe, the kind that walks what it means to do. A neighbor waves with a fence half broke. We trade 2 planks and a lighter yoke. He says I rushed it, I say we've all then measured twice, so boards don't fall. We share the weight on the end that bites. Leave room for swelling on rain. He breathed like someone who found his floor. I find my peace at his front door. The screw seats slow till threads find glory. Another job done with hands without hurry. Breathe on full, let the snare stay low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If yesterday begs for a faster story, let today reply. Hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. I've learned the grammar of a grain and glue, how keep secrets, how maple's true, how mercy sands down a jagged word, how screws don't strip if your fate's not hurried. I fix a chair where a child will climb, build in a rhythm that honors time. My knuckles wear a wiser stain, not blood, not brag, but honest grain. I keep a box of screws I save for days when lack meets a love I braved. A measured drawer labeled ordinary glory, a craftsman's gospel, hands without hurry. Count to 4 till the pulse sits right. Let strings bow warmth instead of might. If thunder lobbies for his story, let hinges vote for hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. And bring me the locks I slam for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I carved too deep. I'll plane them smooth where children sleep. Hey, bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a quicker glory, teach it a slower, better story. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Evening leans through an open frame, paint dries level without a name. I write the date on the windowsill, sign it small so the house stands still. A letter waits with a grateful line. About that table holds just fine. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square, lay it flat in remembered air. What I repair repairs me too. The proof is a life that passes through. Soup on Sunday, a story's glory. Feet on floors, cured without hurry. And hold that fall, let the rim click fade. Let patience harvest what time has made. If pride asks who will tell your story, I'll point at the doors that open surely. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. I touch the bench where a boy will learn, teach him the grain and how clamps turn. He asks, why wait if we know it fits? Because I say wood has its wits. Because a laugh is a house you build. We don't shut soars like a verdict done. Dust glows gold where the low lights run. No clock ticks, no brass too loud. He's breathing bass beneath the shroud. Whiskey hums, rules no tongue can name, and silence wears a tailored frame. One nod, one glance, the whole room bends. Power begins where volume ends. Men chase thunder till they lose their feet, but quiet crowns never taste defeat. I build my throne with folded noise, train my hands to handle poise. Every sigh's a contract sign, every stare a boundary line. They speak in a rush, I move in wait. Patience, my slowest state. The map on the wall bleeds in shade, every block a promise paid. I rule by pulse, by pace, by tune, by the rhythm of the silent room. Count to 4 before you speak. Let your breath dress silence sleep. Truth is a blade that hides its bloom. That's the first law of the silent room. These are the laws of the silent room. No shout, no glare, no borrowed boom. Stillness comes where anger fumes, and kings are crowned in the silent room. If thunder's needed, sell it soon. Buy your peace from the hush of the room. Rule 1, don't trade time for pride. Keep patience sharp, wear it inside. Rule 2, forgive once, not twice. Mercy cheap is mercy's vice. Rule 3, never speak to fill the space. Let silence show your face. Rule 4, if rage must knock, feed it calm changes. Rule 5, loyalty sings best unheard. Sat across, smoke in her hair, eyes like riddles that knew I'd stare. Tell me, boss, what buys your calm? Time, I said in a steady palm. She smiled, a spark that begged for flame. I smiled back, but kept the aim. Do your laws forgive? She sighed. Once I said I never lied. As fell slow, verdict divine. Silence spoke, the world aligned. Breathe in for, hold the floor. Let the snare hum what truth swore. If words can kill, then peace can groom. That's the creed of the silent room. These are the laws of the silent room. No shout, no glare, no borrowed boom. Stillness cuts where anger fumes, and kings are crowned in the silent room. Bring me oaths that don't need sound. Bring me grace that walks unbound. Let brass sigh slow like a sinner's tune. Let the strings confess to the moon. If power must breathe, it
should breathe a light, cool and constant through the night. You don't win wars, you let them fade. That's how a dynasty's made.
Patience counts coins, no bank can wait. Collects respect, the loud repay. Silence ain't empty, it's earned.
Every pause is something learned. A boy once came with a light of mend, voice too quick, knees that bend. Boss, he said, I talk too proud. I said, then learn to speak out loud. Only when your heart's in tune, else you pay with ruin soon. He nodded slow, his fear went thin, and left a man instead of sin. The woman smiled, glass half low. Your peace, she said, still bleeds control. I said control's not cold, it's kind. It saves what chaos leaves behind. We share the quiet like a prayer. Each sip a lesson, stripped and bare. Count to 4, don't break the chain. Let rhythm wash away the pain. If thunder's proud, then quiet's groom. Bow your head to the silent room. These are the laws of the silent room. No shout, no glare, no borrowed boom. Stillness cuts where anger fumes, and kings are crowned in the silent room. If thunder's needed, sell it soon. Buy your peace from the hush of the room. Bass hums low beneath, the kind of heat you can't contain. Her perfume burns through cigarette air. Sin wears silk and she's aware. The lights go soft, the air turns thin. She moves and the world gives in. And the night she breathes, she pulls me in. Whispering velvet sin. Her hands talk slow, they never plead. They draw the lines I swore I'd free. Her lips taste like a final prayer, half redemption, half despair. Each breath she steals feels like reward. Each silence sharper than a sword. The blues hum low beneath her skin. I'm trapped in velvet sin. She don't speak, she just commands. A quiet queen with trembling hands. The candle melts, the bass drops slow. Every beat says what we both know. I ain't holy, but I play pretend. Her eyes don't judge, they just transcend. Every move she makes drags me in, deeper in the velvet sin. No preacher
nature saves the lustful kind. No law restrains the storm in mind. The night forgives what dawn exposes. In heat, the devil wears roses. I feel a pulse beneath the skin. The line is gone, I cave within. And in that sound, that trembling grin, I drown in velvet sin. So pour one for the fools like me, who chase what they ain't meant to see. She hums my name through bass and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. It moves like smoke, it breathes like flame. Every sigh repeats a name. I ain't fighting, I give in to that velvet sin. The sheets don't lie, they memorize the rhythm born in whispered sighs. Her shadow dances across the wall, a hymn of lust, the night's last call. Each note I play, she turns to ache. Each pause a promise I can't fake. And though I burn, I grin within, lost inside her velvet sin. She said you're calm, but you still crave. Peace don't feel what chaos gave. I laughed slow, said you're not wrong, then kissed the truth we built so long. The baseline throbbed, the air grew tight. Our sins turn gold beneath that light. If heaven calls, I won't begin. I'm standing in velvet sin. The man in the mirror looks amused. He knows the rules, I just refuse. He said, you traded grace for skin. I said, yeah, but I trade again. No guilt, no plea, no disguise, just truth behind these tired eyes. And in the smoke, she breathes again. That velvet sin. The bass still moves beneath the shame. The groove don't end, it hums her name. I tried to fight, but lust too kind. It holds my throat, rewrites my mind. Her kiss tastes like another life, where guilt's a lover, not a knife. I know I'm lost, but I don't resent. That's velvet sin. Pour one for the man who burned too slow, who found his peace where sinners go. He hums low in smoke and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. Raise your glass to the hearts that fall, to those who feel through it all. No heaven waits, no discipline, just velvet sin. The drums lean soft, the floorboards moan. The sound feels sacred, flesh and bone. Each thump's a pulse, each note's a flame. Each whisper knows the body's name. She laughs, I fade, the lights grow dim. The bass forgives what prayers condemn. And in that sound, that carnal hymn,
worship velvet sand. I ain't holy, I ain't right, but I'm alive in endless night. She don't promise, she don't stay, she just breathes my guilt away. Each echo hums, each tremor spins between the bass and how it begins. And though I fade, I still grin.